And hello, we are back. Nowhere Man, Mr. Nobody,
David.
David, and the lovely Miss Lady Pop Hunter doing something a little different today. Oh,
Yay.
and if you're wondering why we look like we are in a little bit of disarray back here, it's because we are. We're actually getting ready to move sometime soon. So
Yay.
we're the office will be slowly disappearing here. And do you have a shout out?
Nope, I don't have any more shout outs.
Oh,
I'll shout out everyone, I think.
did you?
Yeah.
I'm not prepared for a shout out, so I thought I'd ask. Oh well. We'll catch somebody up next time.
Okay.
We just wanted to talk about thrift stores here really quick. And if you haven't noticed, in like the last decade or so, there has been a trend with thrift stores where their pricing has just kind of gotten outrageous.
Yeah.
It's getting silly how much they ask for the merchandise that's being put out. And I've talked about this briefly before, and I used to do a lot of picking videos on this channel. I don't do it anymore because, not too many people watch those. but I used to do a lot of picking videos because I do that. And I get nailed a lot. I get tagged a lot by people, basically people that work at thrift stores, that like to call me a filthy picker. And I have been called that several times. I think that is something that they are trained to say. I think that, and also in thrift stores, I've heard that tossed around a couple of times. I think that senior management, kind of has an us versus them attitude against the customers who come in there and buy things. And so they have this, a bunch of filthy pickers. So before we even get started, I just want to point out, everybody who goes into a thrift store, who goes to a yard sale, an estate sale, is a picker, period. Because why do you go? You're going to find a bargain, find a deal.
Yeah.
So you are a picker, period. And the industry has kind of figured that out and has been trying to exploit that. Now, like, for example, I'll put a couple of pictures up here. Car placemats priced individually at $3.99 a piece. And this is Goodwill stores.
Yeah, it's always Goodwill.
Lids, $1.99 a piece.
No totes.
No totes. Oh, that's okay. They got the totes priced separately for like $5.99 a piece.
But those lids don't go with those totes.
No, I'm sure they go with some totes that they already have sold or someplace, it's somewhere.
But they use the totes to put stuff in.
That too.
If you go to Goodwill and other thrift stores, there's another thrift store that we go to. The totes, they put merchandise in it. So it's like, then when they're finished with it, they try to sell the tote, but there's no lid. But then they want full price for the tote. And it's like, who's going to buy a tote with no lid? I don't.
You're going to buy a lid with no tote.
Yeah. Not unless you got a tote at home. You say, man, I really need a lid. Let me go to Goodwill or somewhere and see if I can find
I hope they have
lid.
it. They won't have it when you go looking for it.
No, they never have it when you're looking for it. But if you're not looking, then they got 1,000 lids.
Yeah.
So.
Or they drastically overprice something like this speaker that is $500. And you can see it's a damaged speaker. It's got like...
it's all torn up. I remember that. That
fluid,
thing was filthy.
Yeah, it was really grimy and nasty. It's got... You can see on the fabric that something's been spilled all over it. You don't know if it works or not.
Yeah.
$500.
But if you want $500, if you have $500, I don't think you want to spend it at Goodwill.
No, you're going to spend it on something new.
Right. And you can probably buy a brand new speaker for $500 or even less. And then at least if you don't get the warranty, you got the store warranty where, if it breaks in 90 days or 6 months or whatever, you can bring it back. Oh, that's that exercise bike.
Yeah, the ProForm 320 SPX
spin bike.
Spin bike, right? $400 they have on this.
$390.
I looked it up. Cheapest one on eBay, $90.
Oh wow.
$90
Yeah,
for
I
it
saw
was a used
that.
one,
I
but
saw that because I
it's
used to do
outrageous.
spin classes,
Yeah,
and I was like, man, this is a nice spin bike. It's like the one at the gym.
yeah,
And I looked at it, and I had to look at the price for a while
it'd blow
because
your
I couldn't
mind.
believe it was $379.
Yeah,
You know, at first I thought it was $37, but
yeah,
then I looked real good. I
no.
was like,
And this is the thing. I mean, they get their products completely free.
yeah, because it's
The
donated.
There's almost no overhead
Yeah.
for a thrift store, especially one that proposes themselves as a charity. And I've talked about this before, specifically with like Goodwill stores.
Mhm.
Goodwill's not really a charity. It technically counts as one because you make a donation to them,
Mhm.
and they say, oh, it goes towards programs to help people find jobs. But what they don't tell you is they're talking about their own employees.
Mhm.
So the people that they hire are the people that they're talking about. And then many of them really don't get paid. They hire people from prisons and people who are handicapped. And it's like, okay, that's great because those people will have a hard time finding a job.
Mhm.
But in the other angle on that is that Goodwill's kind of taken advantage of them too, because many of them, because of the Fair Labor Act, there's an oxymoron. Fair Labor Act of I think it's 1933
Mhm.
off the top of my head. These people don't have to be paid more than 22 cents an hour by Goodwill in most cases.
Hmm.
It starts at 22 and it can go up to like a dollar and change, but roughly 22 cents an hour a lot of these people are making, and tax dollars compensate the difference. So they pay next to nothing for employees, get a big kickback from the government for
Mhm.
hiring them in the first place, get all of their merchandise for free,
Mhm.
and excuse me, get all of their merchandise for free, and then get a tax write-off also because what doesn't sell in the stores goes to one of their outlets, and whatever doesn't sell in the outlet, they cram into shipping containers and dump it overseas and write it off.
Yeah.
Then they get merchandise in that you donate, and they have people whose job it is to professionally price this stuff to get as close to retail as they can get. And it's like you're paying almost nothing. The executives of Goodwill make millions.
Yeah.
It is no joke. I'm just using Goodwill as an example. It's no different from most other thrift stores,
Yeah.
with the
And then with
exception I think of I'm sorry, with the exception I think of Salvation Army. Salvation Army is a little different.
is a not for
It's an
profit.
actual charity, believe it or not.
Yeah, because they got the center, and they do the food pantry,
Yeah, and
and they got the homeless center
shelters.
and the church and all of that stuff. So the money that comes from the store goes back to the organization.
So they get the stuff free. They don't pay for anything. They
Mhm.
get write-offs all over the place, constantly under investigation by the FBI and by other agencies of the government for fraud. I mean, the FBI raided their head offices this year
Mhm.
again
Mhm.
to look at all of their records, and then they have the nerve to put $500 on a speaker,
Yeah.
and
And
then call people who shop there filthy pickers. You know what I mean?
and then they sell broken items or items that's obviously a set.
Yeah.
They break it up individually. Like I saw one time, they had a set of dishes. It was some plates. And the plates obviously was a set. And they had them each priced for like $3.99.
Or
It's
my
like,
favorite, I showed this picture a long time ago. I don't think it's on the
mm-hmm,
Instagram anymore. It
mm-hmm.
was a chess set. It was the big pieces. They were like that big. It was a complete chess set. They priced every piece $1.99 in that chess set. Or you get broken junk like this pinata that's obviously been used that they have $4.99 on.
The best one I've seen is the candles where
Oh,
they have you if you don't put the lid on the candle for it to burn, sometimes it doesn't burn all the way.
yeah.
So then you have all this wax around the side, and then the middle is all hollow, and the wick is gone. And they'll put it on the shelf for like $6.99. It's like you can't even burn this candle if you wanted to.
No,
I
it's
mean,
useless.
what's the point in that?
But it says, but it's got like a name brand on it.
And then I went there one time and I wanted they had a set of weights. And I
Hmm.
got two of them.
Oh, I remember that.
And I told the girl, I was like, "Hey, there's no price on it." She was like, "Oh, they're $3.99." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's not bad." And then she started ringing them up individually. I was like, "What are you doing? This is a set of weights. It was hand weights."
Nothing is a set in Goodwill.
No, it's three
Nothing.
ninety nine a piece. I was like, forget it. You know,
Nothing is a set in
what?
Goodwill.
Who's gonna buy one weight?
And then this is another one that I
Oh
came
yeah, I
across,
remember that.
and I got a full picture of this because this one really struck me. It was in a thrift store that we visited not too long ago,
Mhm.
and here's the shelf. And you see there's a lot of Lego products on there. Sorry, it's a little blurry. Those bags are $79.95 a piece for the Lego bags. And you see these Lego boxes, and it's the train set, and the train set's an older set, and it's harder to find those, right? Can I see one? Look at this. 139.75. 139.75. It ain't that rare. All
No,
right. As a matter of fact, if you look it up on eBay, they average around $70,
but
which
if
is
you,
still a good price, $70, but
yeah,
they're trying to get double the retail.
but if you want to buy a Lego set, if I wanted to buy a Lego set for a kid or somebody, I'm not going to the thrift store. I'm gonna go to Toys R Us or Walmart
Yeah.
or somewhere like that and buy a brand new one.
People go there hunting for a bargain, and it's getting harder and harder to do that in
Yeah.
many of these thrift stores, not just Goodwill, but many of these thrift stores. They got their special little case, the little magic
Oh
case
yeah, the little
that they have.
precious case.
Savers is doing it.
Yeah, Save.
Amvets, all of these thrift stores, they're just, they're becoming like professional gougers, and it's
Yeah.
taking the magic out of it, the fun out of it.
Yeah, we don't go as often, but we sometimes go because I like to buy candles and candles are expensive and sometimes I do get a deal on
Mhm.
candles at the thrift store. Um Sometimes they have the full never used candle or sometimes we buy shelves.
Mhm.
Sometimes they'll have shelves at a decent
Yeah, for a
price.
decent price. And sometimes it's freaking crazy.
Yeah,
And it
or
seems
shelves
to
with
me,
missing shelves or they don't have the pegs.
yeah, it seems to me like it's been more on the crazy side for like the last decade, and it just keeps getting worse
Yeah.
as they try to turn themselves into a specialty shop instead of a thrift store.
The thing that gets on my nerves too, sometimes you'll go in there and in their little magic case, they have an item and then they have a printout of eBay
Oh yeah.
with the eBay price, showing you the picture and the eBay price.
Hmm.
And then they'll tape it on there, like to justify their pricing. And it's like, if I wanted to pay that, I would go to eBay
Yeah.
and buy it from them. Because at least it'd be most likely you have a complete set
Yeah.
or to not be
And if
broken.
something's wrong with it, you can get your money back because you ain't getting your money back in a thrift store.
No, well, sometimes they give you store
They give you
credit.
store credit, but you're not getting your money
Yeah, you're not
back.
getting cash.
No, you're stuck. So I mean that's just something that's been bothering us.
Yeah, we don't go as often as we used to because of that. Every now and then we'll stick our head in there. Sometimes you find a deal, they'll misprice something
Yeah, you
or
find a hidden gem every once in a while,
yeah, but it's
but
not
I
often.
I showed that in one of the videos I did not too long ago where it was the Eternia playset. I found a
Oh
piece a
yeah.
piece of the original uh, Masters of the Universe Eternia playset, and just that piece by itself was worth at least $75-$80. It
Hmm.
was drastically incomplete because that's a big set,
Yeah.
but a couple of bucks for that
Yeah,
was a
now
great
that one
deal.
they I guess they didn't know what it was and
Oh, I'm
couldn't
sure they
figure
didn't know what
out
that
to
was.
even know what to look
I'm sure
for.
they didn't know what that was. So every once in a
Yeah.
while you can still find something, but it's getting harder and harder with they've got people whose jobs it is to professionally search out and price everything to try to be a specialty shop instead of what they are, which is a thrift store.
Hmm.
I mean, it's like if you go to a yard sale and everything is priced retail, are you gonna buy anything there? From a yard
Nope.
sale, no. Or an estate sale, no. You're looking for bargains. Everybody
Yeah.
who goes in those places is picking.
Yeah.
Whether they're going to keep it or trade it or sell it or whatever their intention is,
Mm-hmm.
they're all pickers.
Yeah.
Everyone who shops there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like a treasure hunt, but this treasure hunt is getting harder and harder.
Yeah, it's harder
It's
to find them
you're
treasures.
sucking the fun out of it.
Yeah. So, what can you do?
I don't know. Keep trying, I guess.
Okay.
But I don't know. What do you think? Does anybody out there, do you guys go to thrift stores, go to yard sales and estate sales and stuff like that? Do you shop in these places? Have you noticed a change? Does it bother you? What do you think about that? Just go ahead and put it in
Leave
the
a
comment
comment
section
below.
down below. We do try to respond.
Yep.
So, is that it? You have
I
anything
think
else
so.
to say?
Mm-mm.
That's enough.
Yeah.
But anyways, please like, share, and subscribe. There's a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. Please share the video because YouTube doesn't care if you saw it or not. So they're not going to promote it for me. I'm not that important.
Yeah.
And we will see you again soon.
Yep.
Bye. How's my hair? Am I gorgeous? I'll take that as a yes.